up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alya if you are new here. So in today's video, as you can probably tell by the title, I am going to be doing a no foundation makeup look. So my skin has been pretty clear lately and I really want to take advantage of that by not wasting my foundation for, you know, when my skin isn't really looking its best. So I have an array of different products over here. Some of them you've probably seen me use quite a bit and some of them hardly at all. So this will be quite the mix in this video. Before we jump into it, I'd absolutely love it if you would hit that little subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every single time I upload a video. Now without further ado, let's get on into it. So I've already done my skincare and got my sunscreen on and all that jazz, so I'm going to go in and prime my face. I'm gonna be using a couple primers today because, like I mentioned, I'm not using foundation. So the first one I'm going to be using is this Baby Skin Primer by Maybelline. I love this one because it's just super affordable and it never lets me down. So yes, you probably noticed I do have yet another background. This is in my living room this time. Last time was in the bedroom. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully the lighting maintains a similar light and doesn't go from light to dark every 5 seconds. The next product I'm going to use is another primer, and that is the Tarte Timeless Pore Primer. Basically this one just smooths everything out and it looks like this. And I don't use this one all that much, I'm gonna be honest, because a lot of times my foundation and concealer does not sit well on this at all. For some reason it like pills and just like moves and it does not look good. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm not letting it like sit long enough before applying my foundation. But since this is going to be a no foundation look, I figured we'll whip this one out because it wasn't cheap. I'm only gonna use this in the areas where my pores are really visible because this can make me break out because it is a pore filling primer, and if I put it on my forehead or my chin, it definitely will make me break out. So I'm really just going to press it into the skin instead of rubbing it. I noticed that that is really the best way to apply this. And it has this like waxy texture. That's like what I'm saying when I like say that it doesn't really, like my foundation won't sit well on it. I really don't know why that is. Next, I'm going to be going in with the Becca Zero Pigment Foundation. Now, I said I wasn't gonna use a foundation, but I don't really count this necessarily as a foundation because it has no color. It's more like, I don't know, a really good primer, which I mean like putting a third primer on your face is like doing the most. But I did just do a recent video on this, which I'll link up above if you haven't checked out. It actually does make your skin look really nice. However, because it doesn't cover anything up, you kind of have to have like nice skin already. So I wouldn't use this if like I had acne or like really bad pigmentation. But right now, while my skin is for some reason looking really good, I'm gonna use it. So this is supposed to like mattify your skin, and it feels really nice and cooling, which I'm not mad about. Hopefully using all of these products is not gonna make me break out, because it's a lot of primer, although this one actually isn't silicone based, so that's nice because the Baby Skin Primer obviously is silicone based because it's a cheaper formula. But because this is meant to be a foundation, they couldn't really put silicone in it, could they? Just pressing that in, it's really going to help it set properly. For concealer, I'm going to be going in with my trusty old Maybelline Instant Age Eraser. This is like an OG for me. I've had this for, well, not this particular one. I mean, this one is kind of on its last leg, but I've been using this concealer forever and I love it. And I recently just went back to it because it's a little lighter on the coverage, and especially for like no makeup looks, if I was to use the Tarte Shape Tape with this look, it would be a bit excessive. And sometimes I find that using your finger gets the product on better than the blending brush. I don't know why that is. I just recently kind of discovered it, but sometimes when I'm using the beauty blender, it makes my makeup look a little flaky, especially the concealer. Maybe not so much my foundation, but it definitely can do it on the concealer. So that was just a little light, so I'm gonna go in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Madeline and just add a tiny dot of that. Got concealer on my eyelashes too. Don't we love that? And then I'm just gonna go over any dark spots and scars that I have. Then I'm going to contour and bronze, and I'm using all cream products for this look because in my last video I used all powder products on top of this foundation and it just didn't really like age well. It kind of just looked like cakey and like my pores were showing, so we're not gonna do that this time. So I'm just using this little like KKW Beauty dupe. And this is from that brand Miss A, and I did do a video on them. All the makeup is like $1. So I'm just gonna be contouring my nose with this. Under my lip, and then I'm just gonna blend it out with my finger. Now I'm going to go in with my Fenty Beauty Matchstick in the shade Mocha, and I'm just going to use this to kind of carve out my cheekbones. A little on the forehead, a little on the jaw. Then I'm going to further bronze it up with the Drunken Elephant De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sun Drops, and that is really just going to add kind of like a natural glow to my face. Then I'm going to be following that up with this Becca Beach Tint. Now this is actually discontinued, but I will link a basically exact dupe for this down below in the description box if you want to check that out, and it's much cheaper. I'm just adding a tiny bit to my nose just to kind of get that like natural sun-kissed look. Even though I'm not fooling anyone because there's no sun in Ireland right now. I'm gonna be going in with this dewy stick, which is like a highlight basically, and that is by the brand, I believe you pronounce it Ciate? Sorry if I'm butchering that. Moving on to eyebrows, I'm going to make them bold, but like bushy and kind of natural. Nothing like too over the top, no Instagram brows. If you know, you know. I'm going to be using the Benefit Precisely My Brow in the shade 4.5. I'm gonna finish off the brows with going in with a brow fiber volumizer. This is just going to really amplify the fluffiness and make them look natural and bushy. So eyeshadow is gonna be pretty simple because I think I'm gonna do kind of like a bold liner look. So I'm just going to be going in with this lightest color here from my Lorac Unzipped palette. This is just going to kind of like brighten up my eyes. And for the crease, I'm going to be using my Tartelette in Bloom palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Smarty Pants, which is like this kind of like tan taupe color. Just really kind of like adding a little dimension back in. And I'm gonna be taking that same shade and just focusing that on the outer half of my under eye. That was a mouthful. So for liner, I'm taking my Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Liquid Eyeliner, and that just has a tip that looks like this, so it's very fine. And this is perfect for getting like the inner corners and things like that. So I'm gonna do this part off camera because it takes me forever and I get stage fright. So liner and mascara is done, and the mascara I used is by Maybelline and it is the Lash Sensational Mascara. I just recently discovered this and I really, really like it. So I wanna do something a little fun and different, and I think I'm going to add a couple of rhinestones to each corner of my eye. And I actually have these like nail jewels, and these are the ones I always use. And I'm going to be using eyelash glue to adhere them to my face. So then you'll have something like this. And you can obviously do anything you want. There's tons of different colors in there and shapes and sizes. I just really like the clear teardrop shape. Or I guess this isn't a teardrop, it's like oval. You get what I'm saying. For lips, I'm going to take this really true nude lip pencil. And this is the Carly Bible X Il Makiage collab, and this is in the shade Luna. And taking like a brown taupey kind of nude pencil to line your lips is going to give them more natural volume, because it'll just kind of look like a shadow, which will make your lips look bigger. And I'm really going to only be putting that on the bottom middle and the top middle. And then I'm going to be taking my Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in the shade Super Size Me. And that just looks like this. And it's kind of like a pinky nude shade. And I'm going to be putting this all over. So you can already see that's made my lips look a lot fuller, and all I did was line them. I didn't even really overline them, just a little bit on the bottom, but the rest I didn't overline at all. And for my secret lip plumping product, which is not really a secret, it is the Latrice Extreme Plumping Lip Gloss, and I am literally obsessed with this. It is the best lip plumper I've ever used. And of course I'll link all the products down below, but I got this one off of Amazon. And it is gonna tingle and burn a little bit, just so you are aware. But because of that tingling burning, it does make your lips a little pinker, so you don't really need a lipstick with this. Unless you want to, obviously you can. And if you wanna add a little extra for that natural look, you can add Faux Freckles. I'm just going to be using my NYX brow pencil. It's a little bit lighter than the Benefit one, and it just really helps to make nice natural looking freckles. I had really good freckles during the summer when I was actually in the sun, but you know, no sun, no freckles. And to finish up the look, I'm going to be using my trusty Hangover 3-in-1 setting spray. So that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please go ahead and give it a thumbs up on your way out if you did, and thank you so much for watching.